Tuesday, and hello to you. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television, the 6th of May. It is already.
That's right.
Wow. Where did January go?
Well, it left a long time ago.
I'm just kind of trying to catch up here.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right.
Who are you?
Hello, I am Wayne Alley.
Hello, I'm Kim Best. Thank you for being with us this morning.
See, if I lose track of...
That's all right. I'm here to keep you in line.
I know. I know. And she does. Okay, today is the 6th of May. Who's on today's program?
On today's program, we have somebody from Wayne County Public Library reading an informative book for us today, keeping us entertained.
Oh, this is great. Now, if you enjoy hearing or reading children's books, this is great. That's what's going to happen here. All right.
Then we also have someone here from the Wayne County Museum. Who did you speak with, Mr. Alley?
I spoke with Chris Lawson the other day. He just happened to drop by, and I always take an opportunity to talk to Chris. He's very informative. He's brilliant when it comes to
very
things
passionate.
Going on. Very passionate about his job, and
certainly is.
He and Brantley Parton certainly do a wonderful job at our Wayne County Museum.
Yes, they do.
Brantley's the director, and Chris has been there a long time, and they just do a great job. And Chris just teases you with a little bit of information.
Well, that's good. That makes you want to go by. And if you haven't been to the Wayne County Museum, you really need to just stop by. You will be amazed.
You will be amazed. It is a wonderful place.
It really is.
It is a great place to visit.
We also have some information about lawn care. Did you talk to Jessica Strickland?
Oh, yeah. You know, right now, if you watch Channel 10 at all, you've seen at some point some little short video about lawn care. Mm-hmm. It is spring and summer, and that's that time of year when you need to be aware of that. She's covering so many different things, and I've got some little short clips of Jessica presenting information about lawn care. Everything ranging from mowing and fertilizing and the difference between all the grasses and everything. Mm-hmm. So today we have one of those clips, and we'll be showing that to you a little later on this morning.
It's always interesting to think about the different kinds of grass.
Yes.
Why they're grown, why people choose to use that type of grass, and how across the different states, and because of the soil differences, I guess, how we have to use different grasses to make it, continually grow and stay green and pretty. And the soil makes a difference.
Major differences between here and Raleigh. Now, we get a lot of Raleigh TV and radio stations in here, and people actually listen to those stations. And when they have their gardener on Saturday mornings, and they're talking about, different types of grasses for their particular area. For instance, fescue. We don't do well with fescue around here. We do well with fescue in the Raleigh area, but not here. So when you hear them say, plant fescue, don't do it. We need to stick to the centipede and the Bermuda and the Zoysia. Zoysia is coming on really strong. That's a beautiful grass. St. Augustine, you grow in the filtered or shaded areas around the house.
And Jessica will tell you why.
She will tell you why. She'll tell you how to feed it and fertilize it, the care and feeding of your grass.
Feeding of your grass. That sounds odd, doesn't it?
Around the house. It does. Well, you have to feed it.
Yes, you do.
Like anything else. All right, but anyway, that's on today's program as well.
Well, what is today?
Today is the...
Election Day.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Election Day. It certainly is.
It certainly is.
So everybody, if you're a registered voter, go out. Place your vote today. Educate yourself, inform yourself, make sure you go vote. Pay attention. The Goldsboro Parks and Recreation bond referendum is on that ballot. Before you check yes or no, educate yourself. You can go to goldsboronc.gov, find more out about the bond referendum, what projects are involved with that, all the details regarding it, so you'll know which way you choose to vote.
And if you're not a registered voter, the law has changed. You can't register today and then turn around and vote. You just can't do that.
Nope.
You have to wait till next time.
Yes, you do.
All right. Sorry about that.
But we have lots of registered voters.
Not really.
We want you to go out and vote. You're not sorry?
No, I'm not sorry about that. That's good law. Anyway, that's my opinion. Anyway, besides all that, today is also Buddha Day.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Happy Buddha Day. It's also No Diet Day. I like
really?
That. Yeah. For some reason. No Homework Day, it's National Teacher Day, and Give Local America Day. Or actually Give Local Wayne County. How's that?
That sounds great. I like that even better.
Yeah, I like that better too.
Well, Wayne, I believe it's time to go to our interview, so stay with us. There's some good ones on board for today.
We just got here.
I know.
I know. Chris Lawson of the Wayne County Museum stopped by for a few minutes. And Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Wayne. Always a pleasure.
Always good to see you,
and
buddy.
I watch your show a lot.
I'm so sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about that, you know?
No.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you?
You know, you and I have spent a lot of time in the studio from time to time.
We have,
but we haven't had a chance to have you in here, and I'm glad you're here today.
Well, thank you, Wayne. I'm glad I stopped.
Now, you've been at the museum quite a while, and of course, Brantley Parton is the museum director, and he's doing a fine job. And,
he's doing good, yes.
He's constantly making changes over there. Now, give me an idea, if you would, first of all, of some of the things going on at the museum. Anything happening coming up? Because I know you always have something planned.
Wayne, we are working on that right now. I will be sending you stuff and for the WGTV morning show and for Channel 10. So we're working on that right now. We basically are working on other things like adding more artifacts that we have in our museum. We have the Wall of Fame downstairs, which is very nice. We also have the medical exhibit. We also have the Lady in the Park, the original Lady in the Park is there. And we also have the War Room, which we've updated that.
I was going to mention you have an enormous military room with World War I, Civil War?
Civil War, yeah, because we are on the Civil War trails.
Yeah.
And we're hoping right now to expand on that, add more like on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base and like some of the other wars after World War II, like Korea and Vietnam. So we're working on that. And I'm a little sweaty, but we're doing that. And we are using our upstairs for our for rentals. So if anyone ever wanted to have a function like a wedding or a reunion or a conference or maybe even a surprise birthday party, they could do that. And we've had those.
In fact, I've been to a couple of meetings up there of organizations here in town. And in fact, they served snacks and they served punch and they had all this.
That's right. I remember. Was it last year or this year they had the mental health?
The Mental Health Association had their big meeting there, and that was a great meeting. But not only that, but for years past, there's been meetings held upstairs.
Exactly.
And there's an elevator.
We do have an elevator, so like people can use that. We do have a handicap ramp when we come in, and so we are all available for all.
Indeed. You know, and I'm constantly surprised when I hear someone say that they are surprised about the history of Wayne County. There's so much history here.
There is, Wayne, and it's amazing how much, and the more you dig, it's amazing what you find.
I know, it truly is.
And it keeps getting more and more.
It does, and you know, I think people would also be surprised to learn about the Wall of Fame at the library, all those famous people there from Wayne County.
That's right. Well, from the you said library, so museum.
I meant to. Well, I just wanted to make sure you were listening. Exactly. Were you listening?
I was playing. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have any wax in my ear.
Okay. That's good. Okay, so you were listening, and you
I was listening.
Okay. Well, I meant to say the museum.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, but the Wall of Fame is a very interesting piece.
Oh yeah, I mean we have so many people on there, Wayne. Like we have the youngest American killed in the Vietnam War, Daniel Bullock, Andy Griffith, Ann Jeffries, Gertrude Wheel, many others. Carl Castle, who's just recently retiring from NPR in June. So it's, you could spend a whole day and learn a lot just on Wayne County.
Oh, you certainly could. Yeah. And there's so many others as well there. People from the Hollywood.
Johnny Grant.
Johnny Grant, of course. And Mr. Bunch.
Welton Ray.
That's right, Ray Bunch.
From Quantum Leap, I remember.
That's right, Quantum Leap, and so many other things.
Oh, yeah,
quite a composer, very talented composer.
Very talented.
He did some
I had coffee with him one time
Did you really?
In Glendale. At the Americana Mall.
Did you really?
I contacted him and we sat upstairs on it. I think it was Barnes and Nobles, and we had a coffee.
Is that right?
That was cool. So we had a great time.
I bet it. Well, he was a really nice guy.
Oh, he was.
I never met him.
Yeah. Well, I was in California, so I got to talk to him.
Well, I guess you know.
Well, when you're in California, you bump into anyone.
Yeah, you could. I suppose you could, as long as you don't hurt him. It's
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Johnny Grant told a cool story that says when he did the the signature at the Grauman's Chinese Theater, that Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune said she forgot to put two ends and there's only one end, and it's the name of Johnny.
She misspelled her name?
She misspelled his first name.
No.
Yeah. If you go to Grauman's Chinese Theater, you'll find it in there.
So Johnny Grant is spelled with one N.
With one N, yeah.
And she's from South Carolina.
She's from Myrtle Beach, I think?
Myrtle Beach, yeah. She should know better.
We should talk to her.
She must have been nervous.
Maybe that's it.
Out of all people to do it,
and it didn't even have a vowel.
And she's a letter turner.
Exactly.
Oh, with no vowel. Okay. All right. But there's a lot going on at the museum.
Well,
Get back to the museum.
Yeah, get back to the museum. But this is fun. Yeah.
This is fun. Yeah.
But yeah, Wayne, we're open Tuesdays through Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Right.
And they can call us at area code 919-734-5023. We also have a website called, which is www.waynemuseum.org.
WayneMuseum.org.
And I just found out just recently we have a new thing on there. We have a Flickr page, so we have a lot of old pictures.
Have you?
We have things on there with names, but we still have pictures that don't have names. So if anybody knows anything about them, please contact us or come by the museum, and we'd like to add that on as well.
Excellent. All right, very good. Well, Chris, you know, we've done this many times, and we could continue doing
Of
it all
course.
day, but you got to get on to work.
Yeah,
So
I need to get
we're
on.
gonna let you go, and Brantley Parton, we'll get Brantley in here. We'll pick his brain a little bit as well, see what's going on with him. And I appreciate you coming in.
You're welcome,
Chris
Wayne.
Lawson of the Wayne County Museum.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Heath Radford, and I'm from the Wayne County Public Library, and today I am reading The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy, and every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king in the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from the branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree. And the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk, and swing from my branches, and eat apples, and play in the shade, and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy. And she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk, and swing from my branches, and be happy." "I am too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife, and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house. But you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you'll be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered. "Come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I am sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." I'm too old to swing on branches, said the boy. My trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. I'm too tired to climb, said the boy. I am sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I'm sorry. I don't need very much now, said the boy. Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could, one old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end. This was The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein, and it's one of the many great children's books that we have here at the Wayne County Public Library.
Proper lawn care maintenance can be very rewarding. Here is a Wayne County lawn care moment. I want to move on to the third grass, which is Zoysia. Zoysia is one you usually didn't hear much about, and now you're starting to hear more about it, and there is a reason for that I'll mention in a minute, that you're starting to hear more about Zoysia. This is what Zoysia looks like. It's a little bit darker green in color than your centipede or Bermuda. The seed head's a little hard to see there, but it's got those single seed heads. And here's what the stolon looks like, and you can kind of see there what the leaf blade looks like. It's a little bit wider leaf blade than Bermuda, not quite as wide as like St. Augustine. St. Augustine's going to have your widest leaf blade. So it's got a fine medium texture and it's dark green, which kind of is now taking interest among people that, you know, hey, I want that nice dark green lawn, and Zoysia has that little bit darker green color to it than the other grasses. It does spread by the above ground and the below ground stems, your stolons and rhizomes, but it's not as vigorous as Bermuda. And Zoysia, you're going to find out, Zoysia is kind of the middle. It's like Bermuda's one extreme, centipede's another extreme, and Zoysia is kind of in the middle of these two grasses. It's very dense. It's like walking on a cushion, which there is a disadvantage to that we'll mention in a little bit. But for that nice, and like I said, I grew up in the mountains where you had bluegrass, fescue, and you did have that nice cushiony grass, and it had a different feel to it than Bermuda or centipede, and this gives a little more of that feel to that with Zoysia. It's very wear resistant, so it can tolerate wear and tear very well. It's very drought tolerant, which is always a benefit in our area. It can tolerate moderate shade. Remember, Bermuda cannot tolerate any shade. Centipede can tolerate some light shade. This one can tolerate a little more shade than the Bermuda or centipede. And nitrogen, it's about 2 pounds of nitrogen per year. And again, if that doesn't make sense, I'll clarify that when we talk about fertilizing as to what that means. The average mowing about once per week. Bermuda, you had to mow more often, possibly 2 times per week. Centipede, you might get by for a week and a half or so mowing. This one would be about once per week. It's moderate maintenance, so you have to maintain it a little more maintenance, a little more fertilizer, but not as much as Bermuda. Here's the tricky part where I said about that it's cushiony. You mow it a little bit taller and it's got that cushiony feel to it. However, you've got those thick leaf blades in there. And when you mow it, we'll talk about thatch and what thatch means, but that's that layer of grass clippings that builds up right at the soil surface. And some are good, but if you let that thatch build up too tall, then you can have some problems with roots growing into that, and those roots that grow into it will die. If it's dry or cold, they'll have cold damage in the winter. So if you have too much thatch, a lot of times that's from over fertilizing it, or if it's not mowed frequently enough. You go on vacation and it gets a little tall and you mow it and you've got a lot of grass clippings, and if you leave those thick grass clippings out there, that builds up a thick thatch layer, which you don't want. So with this, I'll mention thatch again, but just keep in mind Zoysia, that is one disadvantage with Zoysia, is that it is pretty susceptible to building up a thick thatch layer over time. There's a lot of varieties of zoysia that are out now. And I said zoysia is becoming more popular. This is why. Used to there was not any seed, zoysia seed available. Now you're starting to see some zoysia seed available. Zenith is the one that can be seeded. So that's a type of zoysia grass that can be seeded. It's showing up more. I haven't checked just local places, but there are places, you know, you can kind of shop around. There's a lot of, once you get out of Wayne County, like Duplin and Sampson, there are some sod farms and so forth that, you know, are sometimes good places to check to see what they have available and such. Here's what Zenith looks like for zoysia. And most of the varieties of zoysia have to be sodded or plugged. Mire and Emerald are two varieties you hear of for zoysia. They would have to be sodded or plugged. These are older varieties. They're slow to get established, so it does take some time for them to get established. And the mowing on these two types is a little lower. There's some other ones that are a little newer varieties of zoysia, Crown, El Toro, and Cavalier. They establish a little quicker, and they're a little more coarse, a little wider leaf blade, and the mowing height on them is a little higher than these older varieties of zoysia. People asked about what can I put in there until it gets established, or can I mix some of these to get some benefits of both? And usually we don't recommend mixing them, and try to avoid that the best you can. I know that's hard and depending on your situation, so I'm not going to have a very clear answer on this, except just to point out some things to think about. But when you mix different types, you're going to have some competition one way or another. Like you said, the Bermuda's aggressive, it's going to compete. If you have established centipede, actually established centipede, once it's established, is pretty aggressive against other grasses. If you have another, and some people will try to do that, say, well, I know centipede's slow to establish, so I'm going to seed something else. For a while, say it's Bermuda, the Bermuda would compete with the centipede, but if the centipede ever got established, it would start actually competing back. So there's challenges with mixing grasses because they are going to compete with each other. And this gets into tough situations where if you've just, you know, had construction, you're looking for a lawn and it's the wrong time to seed, you're looking at somehow trying to have just something to cover it until it is the proper time to seed these lawns. Some people will try like your fescues or ryegrass, something, but you always have a challenge of now you've got another grass in there that's competing against it. So you can try to use something, but you're going to have some challenge. So there's not a perfect one that's easy to get rid of once it's in there, that if you're just trying to use it temporarily there. And like I said, I know that doesn't give a clear answer, but it's just, there's always going to be that competition between them. Yeah. You can pick up your copy of Carolina Law and Publication from the Wayne County Cooperative Extension Office. The office number is 919-731-1520. I am Jessica Strickland, Horticulture Agent with the Wayne County Cooperative Extension Office. Thank you for watching.
See, I told you. We're back, by the way. Hello
Yes,
there.
we are.
And I told you, isn't that interesting what Jessica was able to present to you today? She's very knowledgeable and
She is
some
very
good information.
educated.
And if you want more information about lawn care, a couple of things you can do. You can pick up the little booklet that she talked about. That's at the Cooperative Extension Office, and it's free of charge. Or you can just call them over there at 731-1520, 919-731-1520, and somebody will help you.
Somebody will help you. Well, mark your calendars. Center Street Jams are on the calendar to begin May 15th.
Rock and
Thursday,
roll.
May 15th.
Oh,
Exactly. Spare Change will be our very first band. There's going to be a lot of other things happening that night. There's going to be walks that are planned. It's called Walk and Roll.
Walk and roll.
How about that? It's all through Go Wayne Go, which is the initiative to lose 1 million pounds right here in Wayne County
we
by
doing with
2015. I don't know. We'll have to bring somebody in to talk to us about that.
You know what? It doesn't. You can lose all the weight you want, but if you don't register with GoWayneGo.com, nobody
You won't be a part of it.
No, you won't
That's
be a part
right.
of it. So get with the program here and go ahead and register at GoWayneGo.com.
That's right. So May 15th, Center Street Jam, new location, John Street parking lot behind the Flying Shamrock. Every other Thursday from 6 to 9. It's a free family event. Come on out. On the next Thursday, May 29th, it'll be the Blake Kearney Band, local band right here from Wayne County.
Oh,
they sure are.
All right.
Sure are. So mark your calendars. They're always fun.
Yes. Oh, yes. The day was this day in 1915.
Wow. It's a long time ago.
99 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think we were here.
Well, speak for yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, on this day, 1915, 99 years ago today, Babe Ruth hit his first Major League home run, his number 1 of 714. He was playing for the Boston Red Sox at the time. The Sultan of Swat went on to smash 714 round-trippers before he retired. He retired as a Yankee in 1935, but in the meantime, he had been back to Boston, played with the Boston Bees for a while.
Boston Bees.
Boston Bees, I thought it would bring them good luck to have the name of they were the Braves, and then they changed it to the Bees, the insect, bees.
Yes.
And then it thought it was going to bring them luck, and it didn't bring them any luck at all. They lost every single game.
Oh, my gosh.
So they changed it back to the Braves. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Birthday today for the Say Hey Kid, that's Willie Mays. Willie Mays is 73 years today, Baseball Hall of Famer.
A lot of baseball today.
Yes, a lot of baseball till you get to Bob Seger.
Oh, well,
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Bob Seger, I can't believe he's 69 years today. Why can't I believe that?
Well, why can't you?
I don't know. He's 69 years today. A birthday today also for Ben Masters. He's an actor. Running Mates, Noble House, all that jazz. Making Mr. Right, Dream Lover, Mandingo, and Heartbeat. And among other things, he is 67 today. George Timothy Clooney.
George Clooney.
George Timothy Clooney is having a birthday. Okay. He's 61 years today. You know him from the TV show
ER.
Oh, yeah, that too. You know him from a bunch of other stuff.
If you don't know George Clooney, where have you been? Everybody knows George Clooney.
Is that a trick question?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
He finally got engaged.
I know. I've heard that he's finally got engaged.
He finally got engaged.
That's right. He's been a bachelor for many, many, many years.
And he went the way of
Yes.
many others who waited a long time.
And it never happened, right?
But he's 53 years today. 53, George Clooney is. You know, he's the nephew of Rosemary.
Yes, he is. And he talks about her quite a bit when he's interviewed. He certainly does.
Oh, well, I've never seen him interviewed.
I have many times.
Where have I been?
I do not know, Wayne.
I know,
You're not on the George Clooney bandwagon?
I'm afraid not.
Afraid not.
Sorry. I did like Rosemary Clooney.
She was a character.
Oh, she was quite talented, very talented. Come out of my house, my house, my house. Anyway, this is also the birth anniversary of one Orson Welles, who was born.
Oh, wow, yeah.
He was born the same day that Babe Ruth hit his home run. This day, 1915. Who hasn't heard of the big event following the War of the Worlds from some time ago? You know. Anyway, that was 1939. Anyway.
Enough of that, right?
Enough of that, right?
Don't forget, go out and vote. Today is the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Up until later on this afternoon. Anyway, join us again tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday, we'll be right here. Hope you're here with us. Lots of stuff, lots of people to talk to, and lots of things to do. We'll be right here. So until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.